You know, mobile cities are a real thing. You may have seen these guys in movies, but they actually exist in real life. Cities that move around on their own power. It's bizarre, but I did a story a few years back about a mobile city, and I found another one recently and rolled up there to check it out. So come along and see the mobile city in Walker County, Alabama. Like I said, these cities are real, but unlike the movies, these walking cities do not roll on tracks or wheels, but rather move around by walking on these huge feet. I did a story a few years back on one of these monsters located just a few miles down the road from my house, and they named this city Mr. Tom. The history of this monster is fascinating, and I will put a link on the end screen if you want to check that out. But I recently saw a picture of another dragline a friend had posted that's only an hour away, so I got on the bike and headed up to check it out. This area in Walker County, much like my town of Tuscaloosa, is in the Warrior Coal Basin, which explains all the mining activity for the last 100 years. I now know of at least 3 of these machines that are now resting in a somewhat abandoned state, as you will see shortly. I'm always kind of blown away and breathless as I see these monsters just rising out of the tree line. It's quite an impressive sight, the first one you see. Is that not a monster? It's crazy. So this looks like it's about the same size as Mr. Tom, the one I did a video on. Damn, this thing looks maybe actually bigger. So they've taken, I don't know, maybe they haven't taken part of the boom off. I was gonna say, it looks like they take a part of the boom off, but I don't know now. Let's get off and take a peek at this guy. Of course, they've had to put barbed wire and serpentine wire and fence around it so all the crackheads don't steal the copper, because there's large electric motors in there that run the cables and the drag line. Damn sure says Drummond Company on it, so I wonder who owns it now. Well, behind me is what I believe is another walking drag line, even though the pedestals, the feet, are missing. I did a story a while back on Mr. Tom, who's just a few miles from where I live, and they relocated Mr. Tom several miles away from where I live. But it was an incredible story because it took so many resources to get Mr. Tom not only running but moving. Took quite a few generator trucks and bulldozers and lots of equipment to not only walk him through the woods, but he had to cross some highways too. It's a very interesting story. I'm not really sure what the story is on this one. It's an excavator, but they don't call it an excavator because it doesn't scoop down and grab stuff and swing it around, but really it does. It's basically what is it's a crane that has a monstrous bucket on the end, and it takes overburden and moves it out of the way, and then it scrapes coal or whatever other resources you want. But you see a lot of these around here. And it's just a monster. That's the largest house I've ever owned. I could probably fit 2 of them, maybe 3 inside there. Yeah, I would say that's probably, I don't know, 8,000 square feet inside that monstrosity. I would love to take a tour, but I don't think they want me in there. I don't even know who owns this anymore. But it's sad to see these things just wasting away. And I wonder how long it's going to take this monster to decay. I don't know. Interesting story, I think. I had to come up and see it. Didn't think I could get this close, but it's awesome being up here. Let's go see what else is out here for giggles. I went around to the backside of this property to see if there were any more remnants or possible details on the history of the mining in this area. Most likely this entire area was strip mined in the past, as I do not believe this machine walked very far from where it last worked. From what I have found in my research, it once worked the Arkadelphia mine a few miles away. So this behemoth is missing its feet, and I did not see a bucket anywhere. But I'm quite sure this machine could be resurrected just like Mr. Tom was a few years back. I'm pretty sure this is the same machine my friend David visited many years ago and entertained us all with his story of how he bribed the security guard with a Hardee's biscuit to get a private tour of the inside of this machine. I would love to sit and watch one of these machines digging, and I'm pretty sure I could camp outside on a hillside and watch it work all day and night. But sadly, I may never be able to experience that age again. It is surely a bygone era. Well, I hope you have enjoyed my visit and the accompanying slideshows, and I hope I gave you even a slight sense of how impressive these machines really are. And of course, if you enjoyed watching, make sure you share a link with one of your mining nerd friends, or machinery or tech nerd friends, or just a buddy that enjoys riding to odd places. Share a link with them. And of course, drop a comment if you are so inspired, and I will see you next time. Later.